Good afternoon, I'm Wendy Petrie and this is your afternoon news fix for Wednesday, the 4th of September. Woolworths is begging to differ over claims about its profitability. The Commerce Commission's first annual report on the grocery market shows competition has not meaningfully improved. It also notes increasing margins and high levels of profitability. Woolworths NZ Managing Director Spencer Sun says they've had a strong reaction to the characterisation of their profits.
Our gross margins have actually declined over the last 2 years, and for financial year 24, which is the one just passed, we made zero profit in our business. That's probably one of the areas where we would have a difference of opinion.
Foodstuff says it remains committed to a competitive and fair sector. A message of aroha from the government to the whānau of Kingi tu Heitia and Waikato Tainui. New Zealand First Shane Jones has spoken at the pōwhiri for Te Kingi at Tūranga Waiwai Marae on behalf of Crown Ministers who have come to pay their respects. Political leaders past and present are among mourners at the tangi today, including Labour's Chris Hipkins and former Prime Minister Helen Clark. Jones says he brings words of comfort for the departing Kingi tu Heitia, the kauri tree who has fallen.
But tomorrow the earth is warming and our prayers are with you, the kahui ariki, as you move through this transition.
More people are making tough financial choices and retirement savings are taking the hit. The latest Financial Services Council Money and New research reveals 94% of Kiwis are worried about money. Many are adjusting spending habits out of necessity and dipping into retirement funds to cover essentials. Acting Financial Services Chief Executive Hayden Stroud says the strains across the board, with weekly accessible income decreasing for all ages.
That means it's likely the person that you're standing next to at the supermarket, at work, on the street, is concerned about their finances.
Police Minister Mark Mitchell's rejecting police union comments about the timing of new measures for tackling gangs. A March briefing shows police wanted the ban on gang patches to kick in next year because training and new ICT systems might not be completed by the November implementation date. Police Association President Chris Cahill says regardless of when it begins, the ban will be hard to enforce in some areas. But Mitchell insists police will be ready.
They've got the ability to be able to deal with the gangs. I completely, totally back them, and this legislation is going to give them the powers that they need.
A push for better infrastructure in the Garden City before bidding for major events. A feasibility report on hosting the Commonwealth Games recommends Christchurch should not hold it on its own. Riccarton Councillor Tyler Harrison-Hunt says Te Kaha Stadium and Para Kiore Sport and Recreation Centre will draw events to the city. But he says Christchurch's public transport isn't good enough to host.
And if you're looking at all of the other cities around the world who actually did do that bid, they've got a really solid public transport infrastructure, of which will improve tourism.
To sport, and Kiwi boxer David Nika is seeking a new opponent after Australian Blake Caparello failed a drug test 10 days out from their headline cruiserweight fight in Auckland. Caparello is appealing the findings. And Kiwi in charge at the US Tennis Open is over after Michael Venus and doubles partner Neil Skupski lost their quarter-final in straight sets to the fourth seeds. And that's your News Fix update. We'll be back with another at the Newstalk ZB newsroom tomorrow morning.